Good evening, everybody. It's Kelly and Todd, T-O-double-D-Z right there.
I'm right here.
There.
I'm actually over here. But what's up, Kelly? How you doing, brother?
Welcome to Haunt Life tonight, where we film during the day because Jamie Lee Curtis said it's all right.
She did.
Tonight's show, she did. On tonight's show, we have the legends themselves. Oh, I can't do it. It's top billing. Bart Butler and Michael Edwards.
You did want to say Michael Edwards first, didn't you?
I did.
It's a contractual obligation that Bart's name comes first.
That's right. On tonight's show, we have Bart Butler and Michael Edwards from Terror in the Corn and A Haunter's Life, legends in the industry, and truly inspire me to continue to do what I'm doing throughout this entire journey.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, lucky to just, humbled to be on the show with them, but lucky to have them as friends, and hang out with them at the trade show. It's just great guys, and like you said, legends. So, I mean, let's not waste no time. Let's get right into the interview.
Get right into that interview. Yeah. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Haunt Life tonight. I'm Kelly, that's Todd, and with us tonight is Michael Edwards and
hold on. I don't like what I was doing with my hands.
Okay. You want to start over?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and if we do, just so you know, because we do this on all of the stuff when we're teaching classes, contractually, Bart Butler's name's got to be first.
Oh, you get top billing?
Yeah, he gets top billing.
Damn. All right.
I was wondering.
I'm going to keep my hands down here. Honey, are you all set? You ready? You're good? Okay, Rebecca's good. She does not want to be in any of this. Okay, I'm ready.
I don't blame her.
Awkward silence.
Oh, we're going to cut that out?
I doubt it, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Welcome back to Haunt Life tonight. I'm Kelly. That's Todd. With us tonight is Bart Butler and Michael Edwards. Bart Butler gets top billing. That's right. From Terror in the Corn and A Haunter's Life. Thank you guys for joining us.
Hey.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys tonight.
Absolutely. While we got you here, let's take some time, ask you some questions. Now that you guys are settled out there in Colorado, I know we've had this conversation, but never like on record. What are your biggest challenges working outdoors?
Wind.
Wind.
Yeah.
Oh, the wind here is absolutely crazy. I never thought of that whenever we got here. Was just I never thought the wind was bad. I figured, us being in Texas with nothing there, just wind comes in. But no, here they come off the mountain and we get 70-mile-an-hour gusts. So we have to build everything to withstand the wind. Yeah. And we have great video of us trying to work on when we had zombie paintball and we were building all the new sets for it. Every day at about 3 o'clock, the wind would just come tearing in. And yeah, we've got video of just like holding on to the buildings because the wind and the sand and everything is blowing so hard. It's like people would not believe how crazy it gets here.
Is this for the two of you? Is this the first full like majority of the Haunt is Outdoors project that you've worked on?
No, I worked on another one in Tennessee. Yeah, and I worked on another one in Texas, but again,
just a different setup.
The cost to build stuff is greatly compared to being indoors. Being indoors, you can cheat a lot as far as making things look good without actually having structural support.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And all the extra things we have to do to make everything as weatherproof as possible. And it's a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that goes back to we always discuss and, as all of us do seminars, we talk about, okay, assessing your site, where are the wind gusts coming from? And, you really have to plan accordingly for that. So that's a great way to jump into it with the wind, as Bart said.
Well, I mean, we had a scene last year. I think it was the last night we were open. We had this big, huge windstorm come in right before we opened. And this wall has been standing for 2 years now. And we 5 minutes before we opened, they're like, hey, there's this huge wall down in the path. And so we had to scramble right before we opened.
So it became a teepee that they walked through, right?
No, it just got shoved off to the side and that place got darkened for the night. And that was it. Nobody could tell.
I thought for sure you're going to go with the TP.
No, no.
Cool.
All right.
What else you got,
Old
Kel?
West theme, yeah.
Off the topic of building and into something a little bit more personal. Yeah, I mean, as hunters, I know I have a personal collection of things. Frankensteins come my way quite often. What is your favorite piece in your personal collection?
We're supposed to have a collection.
Oh, well, I kind of figured you would. I don't know.
Extreme to extreme. I have no collection. He has all the
I have
collection.
everything.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so
probably the-
Michael. What do you got?
Let's see. I've got of course Bart has a couple of these too, but I've got one of the baby werewolves that I made back when I worked with Lance Pope at Verdun Manor. After he had was getting rid of some stuff at one point. It's like during the time I wasn't working there, and I was able to get one of the baby werewolves that I made, because one of the years I made like 6 of them. So I've got one of them in my office, not this office, but the
Yeah,
office.
I did. I completely forgot about that. I have 2 werewolves that fight over a cat. It was
Awesome.
Yeah, they're
animatronic of
like,
them
yeah, they're
pulling,
doing
so-
that right. And it's the worst cat you ever saw,
And I
because
think
I made it.
we got that out of an auction, or at least I did. I got that out of an auction of another haunt that I didn't even realize they even had the baby werewolves.
Oh,
So
Awesome.
very cool.
It's a charming piece, I bet.
I wish I had it. I could like show it off.
So I ask this in every interview I do. Do you guys get out there and act at all? And if you do, is it as much as you'd like to?
Good question.
yes. So yes, we do. Not as much as we want to. We're getting there. With the system we implemented last year of adding more positions going down the line. We got it where we put out the big fires. We're not running around like crazy the whole time. So if there's a big fire, we're able to be there to put it out or to help with any small fire that's going on. And so it worked so well and so smoothly this last year. It looks like we're going to be able to act every other night.
Yeah, pretty much like I'll
except
work
for the
2
first
nights.
weekend. The first weekend's
Yeah.
always
But I'll work 2 nights out of the weekend. He'll work 2 nights out of or get dressed up. And
that's what
actually
we're
be out
hoping is
costume.
going to happen this season. So
Awesome.
again, because we both love to act. So, and that's what I
Yeah.
consider.
Why I always say, why do all the rest of this work and not get out there and scare people?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've talked to a lot of folks like, that have bigger haunts and everything that it's like, yeah, man, I remember what it was like when I first started doing this. I get to do all the fun stuff, and now I'm really just doing all the business side of it. And we kind of ended up there, but we don't want to stay there. And so that's the direction we're going, so we can actually get out there and insult customers more. So
Fair enough.
Perfect.
Kelly gets to do that every night.
I try. I try. At least by 9 o'clock at night, like 9, we're fully running, and I can get in my gear and get out there. Yeah. But
Yeah.
sometimes it's a little later than 9.
Yeah, but you're in his defense, he's also doing actor training all night, as
Right.
one of the lead supervisors on the mountain, if not the most important supervisor out there. He's not that any of the other ones aren't. He's out there training in all 5 of our attractions and
Wow.
working around the mountain all night long. So yeah, in character, but working the entire time. He's
Yeah.
just worked it into something great for himself.
Yes, that's what we used to have to do, but then we were lucky. About 3 years ago, we brought in Michael Kaniva, who's actually sitting over here at the other computer, trying to ignore us, and he's over there waving. And now he's our house manager and really our main actor trainer, which is what we would usually do. And we still jump in and help with it, but he's kind of taken over that role. So once the haunts is up and running, he's in costume, but he's running around, making sure everybody's doing what they need to do, showing them, training them, doing all, just keeping everything running along with our zone leaders and stuff. So it's nice that we don't have to do that so much anymore, unless again, some really big issue comes up and we jump in and, help someone if we need to.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let me jump in with the next question there, Kelly.
Absolutely.
Because the gentlemen were at the mercy of my bourbon calls this weekend from Salem. And Ed Gannon and I were having fun sharing stories and calling and tormenting Bart as we could, because Michael was smart enough not to answer our calls. Bart did. So Ed Gannon was telling me stories about Dark Hour and all the things down there. And I just wanted to know a little bit about working with the great Alan Hops. Like, I mean, such a creative genius. What is it like to
Alan,
work with him on
were
a
you there with
daily
Alan?
basis?
You know Alan, right?
I know Alan.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, some people have heard of him, but
Yeah.
I want to know an insight into what it's like to deal with his creative genius or bizarre approach to whatever on a daily basis. Like, what's it like to be around somebody like that?
Well, we agitate Alan. So.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
get to that. I want to get to that part too.
Yeah,
Because
anything
I've
we can
heard all
do
the
to-
stories.
No, working with Alan is a lot of fun. I liked working with Alan because Alan likes to push people. He likes to push people. He likes to he would push me into doing things that I didn't know I could do. That was the cool thing about working with Alan. Because he always, and of course, watching his brain work is incredibly fun. You could just sit there and watch him start working on something, and then all of a sudden something else happens, and it's like, oh, so,
Right.
yeah, it's a lot
What
of
if we
fun.
did this?
Yeah.
That is
Right.
infectious. Yeah.
Right. So Michael, in reference to Alan too, and and I had the pleasure of being on the board with him and you. What's it been like to be a board member for Haunted Attraction Association with Alan? And what are you guys seeing, like some new stuff you're excited about, or things you guys have been doing from the HAA standpoint?
Well, interestingly enough, working with Alan on that, probably the most interesting thing about working with him, which I have a story, is anytime that we're doing the state of the industries, it's great because none of us want to say anything because he has the best answer to every question there is, and he
He
is
does.
so incredibly eloquent, and we just want to go what he said.
Yep.
So that can be a little intimidating sometimes. Not intimidating, but he's just so good at stating exactly what needs to be said about a certain question. But the HAA is interesting because it's been around for a while and it's kind of had its its ups and downs and everything. But I know about the time that I came on board with Spencer being there and kind of coming in as president and having you there. It's interesting to finally see the HAA having real direction and some real structure. And
Yes.
I mean, even in the form of the calls. I mean, when I first got on, and this isn't to say anything bad about the HAA at all, but when I first got on some of the calls, they weren't even very structured, trying to get to the point of things like, okay, here's what needs to be done about this. Here's what needs to be done about this. And that very quickly started to change. And I saw that little bit of an evolution where now when we're on our calls, I mean, we keep them pretty much within time. We talk about what we need to talk about, and the ideas that come out are just great. And so much has been done in the last couple of years that I'm excited to be a part of it, and I'm excited to see that other people are recognizing that the HAA is kind of finally becoming what it was, I think, meant to be when it first started out. And there's a lot of stuff that's coming up. I mean, our next month on our call, we're going to be talking about basically the second stage now of some of the things that we want to accomplish over the next 3 years. One of them being, kind of like how they've already talked about sexual harassment and actually, come up with some great videos and some great content for that to help haunts deal with it. We're now looking at how we can better protect our underage staff, our underage actors, and not just from sexual harassment, but just in all, overall. And so I know Jim Warner is working on a program that he's going to kind of show to us, and we're going to have our input on it. But I'm really excited about that because, I mean, this is an industry that's fueled by, especially in actors, people that are under the age of 18, 16, 17. And it's really important that we as haunt operators or owners, do what we can to keep them safe.
Yeah.
From each other and from outside forces, the customers. And so I'm really excited about that and kind of seeing how that evolves.
But
Yeah, I was going to
back-
say the same thing about the strategic plan. Sorry, Bart, didn't mean to cut you off. The strategic plan that was set forth when Spencer did take over it was very structured and all the goals were accomplished. And now you guys are moving on to phase 2 of the next strategic plan. So people really see with the association that there's goals, it's driven by those goals, and then it's documented to show them those accomplishments. I mean, just it's a great point. I think the structure that's there now is just really, the follow through is spot on. And yes, all the calls do end right when they're supposed to, because it's, you know, it's all a volunteer thing that you
Yeah.
guys are doing. And you know, and then some of us that were on the board before still volunteering. I'm helping out with the insurance stuff. You know, it's just always been a pleasure to be involved with that. So now, Bart, say what you were going to say.
Oh, just to go back to Alan and him working with Alan on the HAA, Michael was supposed to make a video.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So that was my quick story, and I'll try to make this quick. So this was on one of my first calls with the HAA, and Bart had just come up here to work with us. I've been trying for, you know, because we'd worked together for so many years. And as soon as I got here, my first goal was to get him here because I knew what he would bring to this place and how much he would elevate the quality of this haunt. And so I tried for, 2.5 years to get him here. And then they finally, said, yeah, we'll hire him. We'll bring him in. So he comes in, and on one of the HA calls, we're talking about ideas of things, for content for the website. And I started suggesting some little, 3, 4, 5 minute videos, talking about, little teaching moments, like talking about how to respond to reviews, stuff like that. And Alan goes, well, I have an idea.
Well, for anybody that doesn't know, I came from Dark Hour to here.
Right. He was working with Alan at the time that he came here. And so Alan goes, well, I have maybe we should do a video on poaching people from other haunted attractions. and I was sitting there going, oh, God. And of course, he was totally kidding, kind of, but I mean, I've known Alan for 20 years. So, but it was just he was just so serious about it. Right. It was like, man, you knew that I've been trying to get him here for 2.5 years.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, that brings up my next thing too. And this is a little bit of a bone of contention with you two. You might have an award right around there that you want to show off. Yeah. You had it right in front of you a second ago.
Is it this one?
It's over there. I have to get up and get it. You want me to get up and get it?
Yes, I do want you to get up and get it. We're going to discuss this right now. You just brought it up a minute ago and you had it in your hand.
What is
that? I didn't even see what it was. I just saw him pulling something up.
Yeah. You don't know what it was. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and slowly raise it up. Go ahead and slowly raise it up. Yeah, number 1 in the country. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
If I had to be second place, first loser to anybody, these two makes it all right to me.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. But I do.
We were running in first the whole time.
I do remember. Yeah, with a week to go, we were number 1, and I was like, "Oh shit! I don't know. We'll see what happens." But I do remember there was a clause in our Scare Factor contract that said, 1, you were not allowed to poach Bart from Dark Hour because that would eliminate you guys from the running. So you shouldn't have gotten it because Bart shouldn't have been able to come over.
Well, but that happened in 2020 though. So by 2021, I think we were past the time period for that clause. Like for 2020, we wouldn't have been eligible, but for 21.
Semantics, whatever. Okay, there was no clause, and I'm glad Bart's there with you. Whatever. And like Kelly said, we're honored to be in the running with you guys.
Like any of the names on that list.
But two, I gotta say this: the one thing I read on there that you guys got us on, I don't know how you got us, was the cost. Everybody talks about $1 per minute. Okay, and you guys are. How long is your show?
It's around 45.
About 45 minutes.
And how much is your cost per ticket?
Back then it was 35.
Shit.
That's that value. That's that value.
Damn. I thought the value was more equal to the dollar.
There's some value there.
Yeah, there is some value there. But they were claiming you were a 30-minute show. This is the only thing I read in your review. And believe me, I think I got your review. I think I got your review somewhere on the wall here. So, I look at it every day. But I remember it said something about 30 minutes, and basically it was close. If you were 40 minutes, you were $40, whatever. I was like, oh, it's $1 per minute. I said, how did they beat us on those numbers? We're a 90-minute show and we are $69. At that point, I think we're actually $45.
Yeah.
So it was unheard of. I was like, we got beat on that. And you guys when you beat us, I was like, where is I want to audit. I want an audit now.
Dude,
just to let you know, the value per ticket is for actually the whole farm too.
Oh, fine, whatever.
Actually, our
all
ticket
jokes,
price for the farm includes the farm.
The farm.
Whatever. All jokes aside, gentlemen, an honor to be in the same category as you guys. And as you know, as I was growing up as a hunter, 25 years ago, I've always looked to you guys, watched your videos, and learned from you. Mainly learned how to be silly out in public, and then for some reason you want me to go out with you every night and be silly with you. I'm convinced that I am your entertainment for the evening. And
so that leads us into what I got. The new season of A Haunter's Life is out as of April 15th.
Yes.
Tell us when and where to watch new episodes.
New episodes will be on every Tuesday on our YouTube channel at A Haunter's Life, and we will throw it up on Facebook. We'll throw it up on Haunter's Hangout on Tuesdays and all that. But yeah, if you go look up A Haunter's Life on YouTube, you'll find us, and then subscribe, and you'll get it every Tuesday.
Anything new for this season that you've never done before, or something special that stands out?
The corn has been the same since I've been here, and
since I was here,
we're redoing the whole pathway. I mean, we redo the whole pathway every year, but it's always the same shacks that we put out there. And this year it's Demetra, which is our new antagonist. I can't say the word.
A new antagonist.
Yeah, a new antagonist. That we've created is actually taking over the corn. So we're putting all new buildings in. And again, if you'll watch A Haunter's Life, you'll realize that we do before we think. Well, let's make this big building. How are we gonna move it? I don't know.
Is that when the Sky Track comes out? And you did say when I'm out there this summer that I could drive it. I have it on tape.
It's fun to drive. It really is most of the time.
But yeah, so again, you'll find those parts. Like this next episode is us building a not the next episode coming out tomorrow, but next week is we built 17-foot extensions to the Sky Track. We're dumb, and
I love it.
But, I do too. So I mean that's a big thing right now. But another thing, there's gonna be some other stuff we're getting into, but I guess it's more or less we're trying to find a niche that we're different from all the other shows. Because again, we like all the other shows. We just want to figure out how we can be different than them. So I think you were doing
it first anyway.
I know, but they have way better production value than we do. They actually could hire somebody that walks around and films them. It's not us going, crap, we need to get the camera out. Okay.
We really need to put that on the list. Hire a camera guy.
Hire a camera person. That's the whole thing is that just coming up with content, especially since I have ADHD, I don't remember to pick up the camera and film. I'm always too focused into the work. And so that's where a lot of stuff goes wrong, is the fact that we forget to film. But oh, hi. Oh, somebody just walked in behind you.
There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes on that we go, God, I wish we'd had that on camera.
Yeah. The content we could have if we had a camera person would be, okay, what content do we put on here? Because we would have the just crazy amount of content. So
our challenge is to make it interesting.
Make it fun, and entertaining. So
you've done a fine job thus far. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. And I heard there's going to be a cliffhanger coming. Oh boy.
And next week.
Not this week, but next week's, yeah.
Thank God, I got to prepare myself for that, because I have been waiting. I can't believe Tuesday's tomorrow. And it took me till Thursday night to to call you guys and tell you I was watching it when
God, I
Rebecca
haven't
got
even
into
watched it
town.
yet, so
I mean, I haven't seen my girlfriend in 3 weeks, and I'm sitting there messaging you guys. She's laying next to me. I put Hunter's Life up on the TV, and I'm like messaging you two, and I'm like, wait a second, I got a beautiful girlfriend next to me that I haven't seen in 3 weeks. I gotta pay some attention. I can't watch these guys no more.
Well, I said you're doing better than me. I haven't even watched it yet, so I guess I need to get on that.
Yes,
Do
please.
do you like
please
to
do.
rewatch yourself?
I don't like to watch me. Like, I don't mind watching some of the
No.
stuff everybody else is doing. I hate when I'm on.
Basically, I edit everything and then I put it up and I go, okay, guys, does this
That's
look
it.
good?
Yep.
Yep.
That's pretty much the only time we watch it. And after that, once it goes up, we're then
Yeah. Same. As soon as we schedule it and I walk away, Kelly's like, "Did you check on it?" I was like, "What? You know, I'm supposed to check on this stuff." I mean, I understand we're under contract with HBO and they're very excited about this show, but you know, and I must say, the Hilton is the official partner hotel of Reaper's Revenge. Thank you.
Wow.
That is a true story. True story.
It is a true
Shameless-
story.
shameless plug.
And we are contracted to say that. Paris Hilton will be in touch with us if we don't. Okay. Well, gentlemen, I don't
It's
have
been a
anything
pleasure,
else.
yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly, I could sit here all day and laugh with you guys. But you know, let's do it in person. I'll be out to tearing the corn in June and can't wait to see what. Oh, geez. You know, I was trying to get through this show. I almost wish myself a happy birthday just to get it out there. Oy vey. Well, on that note, I'll have to put something in post edit that has like things going off and little Bart will be holding a birthday cake or something. We'll figure it out. Yes, thank you for putting your hands there. Believe me, there will be a cake in it. Well, gentlemen, as always, a pleasure. We
Yeah,
look
thank you
forward to
so
seeing
much.
you soon.
Thank you, man. It's great to talk to you guys.
Switching over to a more serious subject, we'd like to take a minute to talk about mental health and families, friends that are affected by this, and simply reaching out.
Yeah. So one, Kelly and I are always available and we will make time for anyone. But the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is 988. And I hear this all the time on satellite radio when I'm driving. And I just felt like, let's put it out there. If we save one person, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So 988, guys, call it if you need it or call us. Wow. That was something, wasn't it, brother?
That was a great interview. I'm super happy we got that done and wrapped up today.
Yes, me too.
we could talk to them for hours. Truly, it was well, the interview after the interview was just as good. We promise.
Yeah. There's got to be some outtakes somewhere, but we'll keep that to ourselves for right now.
Yep. So coming up, we got breaking news every first and third Friday.
Yes, first and third Friday.
Third Friday of the month. And the big show always the last Saturday.
Yes, you got it right. 8 p.m.
I'm gonna write this down next time.
We shoot for 8 p.m. on the first and third Friday for breaking news, and then 8 p.m. on the last Saturday for the full show. And we've already got some interesting interview possibilities for next month's show. So pretty excited about all that. Lots of great stuff coming up on breaking news on the mountain. I mean, we're starting to get close to breaking ground.
This weather's gonna get nice real quick here, and
yep.
The breaking news segments are going to be pretty cool because it's going to be us showing you what we're actually up to at the time. And we remember to get our phones out too.
Yes, and filming up on the mountain and all the cool stuff you and I are doing in Commerce, you know, to just put a really cool vibe all over the mountain. So I'm excited about it. So, hey, we'll see everybody on that first Friday.
Got you next time. All right, tonight.
You still here? It's over. Go home.